Welcome to the Money Quadrant Masterclass. Now, this particular training will be one of the best trainings you will ever come across when it comes to how to make money in life, online, offline. And so you'll be learning how to make money anytime, anywhere, any day in this Money Quadrant Masterclass using the 0 to 1 million monthly secret money quadrant. Now, I could have said 1 million naira monthly, but the point is this, you know, money quadrant masterclass will show you how to use this secret money quadrant to make money and become a millionaire wherever you are in this world, even in America. What you're about to learn here works in America. Is the same thing that Bill Gates, Elon Musk, the Dangotes of this world, anybody that you know that is making huge amounts of money online, offware, this is the same thing they are using. And the honest truth is that, this is something that the rich don't want you to know about, because no matter how you look at it, some people have what they call trade secret. And so for some reason, this is one of the trade secrets that the rich wouldn't want you to know, because at the end of the day, if you understand this, there is no way you will ever be poor in life. Like, even if you do not gain anything from joining the Early Income Academy, I want this to be one of the best things for you to be fundamentally aware of. Shrine it in your brain, like stamp it in your heart, like live by this, and you will see how easy it is for you to print money on demand if you clearly understand the principles of the money quadrant that literally works all the time, non-stop, for anybody from anywhere. And like I said, if you look at the title that in this first thing you see, in this what you're seeing on your screen now, it is titled "How to Make Money Anytime, Anywhere, Any Day," using the 0 to 1 million monthly secret money quadrant. The emphasis is how to make money anytime, anywhere, any day, and then also million monthly. Could have been a million naira, could have been $1 million. But we are focusing on, even if you relocate to America or to Canada, this should be the same thing you should live by, because when you understand this, your life will never remain the same. Like, again, I've lost money. Of course, coronavirus happened and then I lost everything I had. This was how I built myself up from ground zero. This was fundamentally the first thing that I needed to understand. Like, you see everything clearly when you play, by this money quadrant. Everything becomes easy. It's like you're playing chess. You know what to move, which particular player to move to get to a certain place that you want to be. That is what this money quadrant do for you. So first of all, what is a money quadrant? Now, a quadrant, if you know, is basically, a quadrant is like maybe like four equal size. But when it comes to money, we are looking at six equal size. Like, by extension, a quadrant is anything of equal size, right? So what that means is that it can actually be something of 10 different equal size. Like, it can actually be something of 4 equal size, 6 equal size, 8 equal size, 10 equal size. Now, when it comes to money, there are 6 sides to making money that if you remove anyone, you will never be rich. If you mess with anyone, you will never be rich. Like, if one of these things is not how it's supposed to be, you will never, ever be rich. Now, when you look at this side, when you look at this, 6 equal sides, you have 3 by this side and then 3 by the other side. When you look at this side, let's start with these people. Under these people, you will see problems, needs, wants, and then we'll move to solution. In this solution, you will see physical products, digital products, services. And then you come down to offer, you will see urgency, Godfather offer, special. And by this other side of the quadrant, at the top of it, you see traffic. Under it, you see offline traffic, online traffic. Below it, you see sales funnel. You see landing page, the other side, you see traffic platform. And then now you begin to see, WhatsApp and email. By extension, this WhatsApp also can just be people's phone number. Basically, this is just how to contact people. Anything, it might just be outside of WhatsApp, outside of email, on how you used to contact people. By this other side, you will now see payment. By this side, you see, payment method, which could be online payment method or could be offline payment method. And then by this side, you will now see delivery. And so what we are going to be doing is to clearly now go and look at a practical, clear example of people who use this. And then why do they use this? Now, like I said, first of all, you need to understand something before we progress further into this masterclass. Number one is that this money quadrant works in all industries, all niches, all economy, and all markets. See, maybe there are some places they are fighting wars now, maybe like in Ukraine. This money quadrant is still at work there. It works in all niches, in the maybe in the health niche, blah blah blah. It works in all industry. It works in maybe in forex. It works in crypto. It works in healthcare. It works in hospitality. It works in the entertainment industry, and then it works in all markets. Like, it do not matter if it is uh a market in a third world developing country or a market in a first world developing country. It is the same thing that Dangote uses. It is the same thing that Dangote uses. Like, for instance, let me just give you a brief example of how everybody here is using it, and then when I go into detail to begin to teach you how this thing works and how you can begin to apply it. So how is Dangote using the money quadrant vehicle? Remember again, if you look at the money quadrant vehicle, you see here, you see people have problem. What do? You look for a solution to that problem. What again do you do after looking for that solution? You find a way to offer it to them. And what do you do after finding a way to offer it to them? You need to find a way to reach them, which is now where traffic comes in. Or you need to find a way on how to reach them. And then when you find a way to reach them, maybe you now know where the traffic is on how to reach them. What is the process on how you get to offer them that thing, and how they get to receive that thing? Excuse me. And then the next thing is, how do you receive payments from them? How do you collect your payment from them? So you see that this whole is equal part of this quadrant. If you miss anyone, you will struggle. And the reason why, you will also get to see why, even though this seems to be something that everybody should be playing with, and how anybody, no matter how poor, no matter how broke you are, can use this to change your life, why some people just seem not to get it. Now let's go back to Dangote. How is Dangote is the money quadrant vehicle? For instance, now Dangote understand that everybody in Nigeria has, in this particular instance now, because they removed fuel subsidy, even before subsidy, the Nigerian refineries are not working. So what did he do? He created a solution to that, right? In form of a refinery, let him locally refine oil, right? And then the next thing is, how is he now going to offer people that oil? He will figure out a way on how to offer people that oil, right? And then he knows there's already trafficking, because see, if there was no distribution channel, which is the traffic, maybe all the petroleum stations across the Nigeria, or the independent petroleum marketers association that actually, like, they are the one that gets this oil and distribute to petrol station. If they were not in existence, Dangote will have to create some form of distribution like that, which is basically the traffic. How do you get people that need this thing, that needs your product? And then, of course, there will be a process whereby if you come to Dangote refineries, maybe your truck comes first, you queue, and then they serve you, you pass through a process, you fill your local purchasing order, several other things like that. And then, of course, he goes to receive his payment. But this might sound so simple, and it looks like it is something everybody should be using, but we are not using. But I'm going to show you in detail how you can use this to create a multi-million naira business or multi-million dollar business wherever you are. Very simple, and you do not even need to stress yourself too much, because I've used it over and over again, and it's something anybody can use. Now, it is something that ShopRite, is using. For instance, ShopRite understand that not everybody, more especially the middle class and then the high income earners, the elite, they wouldn't want to always go inside a crowded, dirty market. So what did the ShopRite do for them? They created a clean, organized, well-coordinated market in a place that you will go to ShopRite and literally find anything. You can find the market, but in a more organized system. So ShopRite know that people had that problem. The honest truth is that the more you make money, the more you wouldn't want to be associating with the masses, the more you wouldn't want to be stressing yourself, going into, Alaba International Market. No, you don't want to do that. Anything you want to buy in Alaba International Market, all the electronics you can actually find in electronic stores in ShopRite. So ShopRite knew that. They created that for, the middle class and then the high income earners, and they are making their money. So they saw the problem, they created the solution, they offered it to them in a certain way, and they consistently find ways to drive traffic to ShopRite to make sure that the mall do not close down. And of course, there is a certain funnel on how you go and buy things in ShopRite and in the market. If you, first of all, if you go to buy things in ShopRite, after buying, you will come, they will use their system to check whatever it is that you've bought, right? And then they will check the price. That you don't price, unlike in the market, how much is this and how much is not this thing. You don't price, and then they give you a receipt. You go to the security, post. The security confirms that you actually bought something, and then you check out. So everybody you see here, right from Tony Elumelu to Paystack, what did even Paystack do? Paystack simply understand the Nigerians, want to find easy way to make payments online. Like you don't want to it's not the time you want to have to go to bank to make payments. You want to buy something from someone online, right? And then also sometimes you do not even want to make that transfer from your bank app. Maybe your bank app is not working or something. They created a payment system whereby you just click on a link, put your card details, and then automatically you make your payment. It's the same thing you see Jaroma using, Mizunwaneka, UK spare parts in Alaba selling motor spare parts. It's the same thing that Tonyo Motor Show, the guy that built Expertina, is using. Okay, Tonyo Motor Show simply understood that Nigerians, they want to make money online, right? And then not a lot of them will have the capacity to become creators. So he created a platform where different creators come and put their digital products and then allow other people become affiliates for them. And they use this whole same system you've seen that I'm going to be sharing with you here to do that. It's the same thing I'm using. It's also the same thing that a Danfo driver is using. But now, which is now going to lead us to, the next thing we'll be talking about, which is if this works everywhere, how come some people are rich and some people are poor? Right? And then most importantly also is how come not everybody is aware and not everybody is using it. Number one is, let me use this Danfo driver as an example, to show you something and tell you the difference in all these things. So first of all, of course, the Danfo driver is also using this, but not in a way it's supposed to be, and not even in a way that will make him rich. First of all, is that he might even be using it not being aware. Let me give you an example. So a Danfo driver understands that you have a problem of going from Lekki Phase 1 to Lekki Phase 2 and you don't have a car, right? And so, he's now providing transportation to you, which is now the solution. He understood you have a problem and has now decided to provide a solution for you, which is he brings us his Danfo to pick you from Phase 1 to Phase 2. Now, how does he offer you that thing? That is where some people start having problems. Like the way we know that Danfo operates in Lagos, nobody likes it. So we don't like how they are offering their services. The conductor is talking to you anyhow. The drivers are not even stopping for you to come. Then you have to jump down. The traffic is like, they don't necessarily even really look for traffic. Their distribution is just anyhow, right? You would tell the person that you're stopping in this bus stop. You say, we're not stopping in that bus stop. We're going to take you to the bus stop where we are stopping, right? And then there is no exact clear-cut 6 funnel on how they do this thing. Like their own is any which way, guadangwa, whatever works, right? And then, their payment system is so fucked up. Because again, if you look at this thing, so their payment system here is you must bring cash, like they don't even care. So what that means is that before you even enter Danfo, you have now to first solve a problem of not wanting to pay with cash. Having cash. A lot of us don't even, I can't remember the last time I even touched cash. Everything is basically like either electronically or with my card. I can't remember I don't have need for cash really, right? So if you come and look at this money quadrant here, whereby you see, some of us succeeding, the Dangotes and every other person succeeding that clearly understand this and how to play with it. Because if you mess with any of this money quadrants, you will never be rich. Now, what that means is for instance, the Danfo guy, why are they failing? So if you come here, they understand that people have problem. Under these people have problem of transportation because they don't have car. So they need to move from Lekki Phase 1 to Lekki Phase 2, right? Yeah, no problem. We are going to provide you with our buses, which is now the solution that they've created for you. How are they offering that? And they don't have a clear cut way on how they are offering that. And in fact, they want to even beat you joint when they're offering you that service. And so some people even become very scared because anything can happen to you in a Danfo bus. You can lose your phone, they can beat you, you might not even get to where you're going with your clothes still being. There are several horrible experiences people have using Danfo. So the offer is clearly bastardized. And that is why you see that, they are having issues. All the people, no matter how you see, once you get this thing wrong, you can never, ever, ever, ever really, really become a multi-millionaire doing that thing you're doing. Now, what is the traffic? They don't even send any traffic. The Danfo drivers, they don't even really care. It's either you come to them or you don't come to them. Even when you get to them, they don't really even care. What is the sales funnel is like? They don't have a clear cut sales funnel. Like I said, it is guadangua, like anything goes. Now, what about payments? In fact, here is one of the biggest problem in this time and age. A lot of us do not even want to be carrying cash or to be paying by cash. So for you to even enter Danfo, first of all, is that you need to solve one problem, which is looking for cash. And then for you to even go, a lot of people don't use ATM again these days, they use POS. So for you to even go to get your money in POS now, because you want to enter Danfo, first of all, you need to look for POS. Second is that you will also now be charged for you to now get your money in POS, all because you want to enter Danfo. And so you can see that why seemingly every other person here is using the money quadrant vehicle, which I'm going to be teaching you in detail to make money and how you can also apply it to wherever you're doing. The Danfo is here, they are messing the whole thing up, and that's why you see a whole lot of them struggling. So the question now is, if this works everywhere, how come some people are rich and some people are poor? The answer is simple. The answer is, first of all, intentionality. You see, what you don't know, you can't even live by, right? Like if you move to a house and then there is electricity in that house, but you don't know that maybe the switch is hidden. Maybe the switch is hidden behind a wardrobe. Maybe the switch is hidden beside an artwork. You won't even know how to be able to use, that switch, and you will be there living in darkness. So number one is intentionality. Not everybody even know that this thing exists. And even when they know that it exists, they don't even know how to find it. They don't even know how to use it. Number two is focus. When you now finally become aware that this thing exists, how focused are you in making sure that you use it to do everything you're doing? And so what that means is, no matter what you're doing, no matter what business you're doing online and offline, and no matter how desperate and in a hurry you are to make money, if it doesn't meet this whole size of this whole money quadrant, you're not going to move further. You focused intensely on using that money quadrant to make sure that each side checks out before you continue. Number three is scale, right? Because if the problem is, if you do any business without subjecting it to the money quadrant that I just showed you above, you won't be able to scale that business. And that is why when you come now, and that is also leads to leverage. If you don't use money quadrant to build your business, you won't be able to scale, you won't be able to leverage. And that is why that you see now that the problem, and that is why you notice that the Ubers, the Uber versus Danfos, you can now see that the Ubers are now taking away business from the taxi drivers and the Danfos. Because before now, you also need to understand something. Before now, if you don't want to enter Uber, because if you don't want to enter Danfo, because people realize that there is too many stress in entering Danfo. And so what do people now do? Because of course taxi has always been in existence. People now say, saying, if I can just afford a little extra money, I would just rather use taxi instead of me using Danfo. So they started using taxi, and so people, and even the taxis still had almost all the issues that the Danfos had. And so what happened? Uber now came in offering the same services, but following it and doing it according to the money quadrant system. And that is why you see that Uber, even though they don't own any vehicle, so to say, they understood something, and they are making times a million money than a taxi driver or that a Danfo driver will ever think of. So how did they do that? Uber simply understood that, of course, people have transportation problem. They want to move from point A to point B, and that's number one. Number two, also that is that Uber now understood that some people also need to make extra money with their car. Right? Some of them have cars that they maybe just use once or twice in a week, and then they would like to actually make money with that car. So Uber now discover two people's problem. Now, of course, the transportation problem that the downfalls and the taxis are solving already, but in a very bastardized way. Second is that people who own car might also want to use their car to make extra money. And so what did Uber do? They created a digital solution, not even a physical solution. Because again, remember, any problem or any need or any one that human have, you can actually create either a physical or a digital problem to that. Why the downfalls and the the what is it called, the taxis are solving the problem using physical products, Uber simply created a digital product, an app where drivers will come and register their car and passengers will come and order the ride. And they offered it in a very classy way. Like Uber has become like a social status thing now. Like, I don't use Danfare again, I use Uber. You seem to be classy. It seems like you have money. And their traffic, they are constantly looking for people. They are constantly advertising for drivers, constantly advertising for you to use their app and all that. And their sales funnel is very seamless. You go to the app, you order, they connect you to a driver. You and the driver gets connected, maybe chat on the app or call even on the app. Driver gets to your place. The sales funnel is so seamless, so sweet. And then you don't need to pay with cash. You pay with cash if you want to, but the preferred method of payment on Uber, even by themselves, is for you to just add your card on the app, and then once the driver clicks end ride, automatically you debited, or you can just transfer to the driver. You dare not tell a downfall driver say one transfer to Ramo. You understand? So rarely do you see people paying with cash on Uber, because again, drivers will always prefer cash. So if they beg you, please can you help me with cash, if you want, you can do, but their payment method is way more better. And that is why you say that, Uber is a $1 billion company and Danfo is maybe a $1,000 company. And that is why this is the difference. It all boils down to the money quadrant system, how you use it and how you don't use it. And that will either make you or mark you in any business you are doing. And so what will now happen is that in the next video that you're about to see, we'll begin to treat each of them one by one and how it relates to what you're doing, what you will do, and how you can use it to make money any day, anywhere, anytime, and make sure that that business is at least a business that will be doing millions. So let's get to next video.